Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie Schwab, and I'm the reluctant ringmaster of the Caregiving Circus. And I started doing the Caregiving Circus about a year ago when my life kind of all went crazy all at once. I have four children. Right now, their ages are 4, 6, 8, and 12. And one of my children is autistic. And about the time she was diagnosed, I was expecting my fourth child. Both of my dad and my stepdad had heart attacks. My mom went into the hospital and we weren't sure if she was going to come out. And both of our dogs died, and I lost my job. And so it's kind of like a whole bunch of stuff happening at once. I have a 20 plus year history in healthcare IT and software development. And I was finding it very difficult to find a job in that arena that allowed me to be home with my daughter to help manage the 40 hours of in-home ABA therapy and help my youngest child get to school on different hours than my two oldest children were getting to school. And life got a little bit crazy. It got a little bit crazy. So I was looking toward my anal retentive side or my technical skills to help solve a problem for me, and I was finding that I couldn't find the resources that I needed online. And it wasn't because they weren't there, which I've in the last year have figured out. It was because I couldn't find them because they were not for a mom with an autistic child who had all these problems. They were for a caregiver or a family caregiver. And there was all these other words that they were using to help provide resources. If I looked under autism, I could find resources for my child, but I couldn't find resources that I needed for me. So a couple of friends of mine and I started a company called Mindlight LLC, and they're co-founded, and we created an application called Iriis that will help people keep track of all of the crazy stuff that's going on in their life. But I found out very quickly that an app isn't all that everyone needs, right? A lot of what we need is different types of resources that we wouldn't know to look for, different types of tools that we can adapt for our environment, and all kinds of support. And a lot of the support sites that all of us had found that were out there were, and no offense, but kind of Debbie Downer. There was nothing but sadness, and the fact is, I love my family and I love my daughter, and she does present us with some unique opportunities to learn about patience and love. Um, but every day in our life is the greatest day on earth, right? It's the greatest show on earth. Our life has all kinds of stuff happen, and some of it is terrible, and some of it is great, and it's all over the board, just like everyone else. But I wanted to give hope to other people who have kids who have special needs, or who are taking care of an ailing parent remotely, or pretty much anyone who's struggling with finding time for self care, to know that it isn't all doom and gloom. It isn't all sad. It is crazy. We're always juggling something, but it doesn't have to be terrible. It can be great. So I'm here to provide resources, tools, and support to family caregivers, to moms and dads, to aunts and uncles, and spouses, grandparents, and anyone else who needs them, to help you remember that you are in the journey with the people you're taking care of. Self-care is super, super important. There are things out there, and there are support services out there, and they don't all have to be really negative, right? Because my daughter is only 6. We have a really long road to go. She is going to probably need care even when we're no longer here. And so I can't live the rest of my life in sadness, because that's just not who I am. So hopefully you don't feel like you have to live the rest of your life in sadness either. And I hope you'll come join us as one of the other performers in the Caregiving Circus with me. And I look forward to meeting you all inside.